and welcome back to episode number 6 of Trackside Tips. My name is Storm Dafoe, and I am joined by Jackson Wittup, who is the racing secretary here at Century Downs Racetrack and Casino, and Fred Gillis, who is the executive director of ASHA. Thank you again for joining me.
And I'm the only one without any red on it. This is Canada Day. I know this will probably be shown before Canada Day, but happy Canada Day if you're watching it on Monday.
Yes, happy Canada Day to everyone out there.
Great, so let's get started with our races. Race number 1.
Well, this one shouldn't take long, Fred. We got Icy Blue Scooter, gave him the 7-hole. I don't think that's going to be any detriment. Best male horse in Western Canada right now. Nice story last week where we had a charity event. Drivers came in from Ontario. Nathan Sobey gave up his drive on this fella, which is 5%, which is well over $200. Not only that, the owners also pitched in some more money, so he's the best on the grounds right now, but he's also a nice charity event.
No, I agree, Jackson. He is the best, but I think the way with the 7-hole, he could be prone to defeat. If Brandon Rolls I'm a Dude went in 52 last week off the front, Cool Cowboy gets a perfect pocket trip, could pop out and maybe just steal the race.
Okay, I'd be all right with that as a race secretary. My race secretary hat on. You hate to see a horse dominate, but he is the best horse. Second race, 2-horse, double mystery. Fred, what's going on here? I thought she raced awesome for 7,500, got boxed in behind a tired horse. Usually a trainer doesn't drop him. I know he only claimed him in this amount, but they dropped him. Is Dave Kelly telling us something here?
Probably that he's not as high on her as when he took her, but I think she drops and pops. That's my comment on it. She was second to... oh, Jesus. Yep. She was second to Outlaw Burnt Popcorn 2 starts ago, and then she moves up and wins. Then Popcorn moves up and wins. She drops back to 5. I think she wins.
I agree, but I think there's a message there that she's probably going to be 1-9 in this event. Be careful. Maybe put her in some exactors or some feature pools, but be careful on the win price. Third race, good race here. This one I had a lot of trouble with. This one they're coming from all over the place. I think with all the claiming going on right now, which is a good thing, people are moving their horses up, especially the small stables. They don't want to lose these horses because it's hard to find another one. I'm going to go with Duke It Out. I know he has moved up from that 5 level, but he's doing it in a winning fashion.
For sure. I'm going with Sin Mock Queen Jackson. I think he's the only horse in here that can go in 55. I know he's moving up with tougher company and he won't get his own way, but young Jacob is pretty hot, and I'm going to ride that tail.
Yep, very good analogy. That's a tough race, that one. On to the 4th race, nice group of horses here. We've got some horses that have won this class before. I went with Ready and Steady. He got beat last week by Sabine Pass, who has now moved back into the open again. Tough race here, Fred. These are nice aged race horses.
I went with a Pellet, Jackson. Kind of a classy horse. He made a break last week. He was making a move. Short field, shouldn't put him too far off the pace. He does have a wicked brush, and I think it lines up for him today.
Very interesting race because Boiling Ore was tough. He won this class 2 weeks ago and we didn't pick him. So that one, I really like that race. That's a good race. All right, Fred, what do we do in this 5th race? 5,000 claimers. These are tough. We got a horse that was claimed for 4,000. Rod doesn't usually claim them, so he's moved them up to 5,000. This is a tough event for me. Westridge Warrior won last time. I'm still not convinced he's the best. I'm going to go with Can't Beat a Cheetah. I believe the owners are in town, so I think the horse will race very good today. Let's go with Can't Beat a Cheetah for me.
Definitely could win. I'm going to ride somewhere in Mexico Jackson. He loves the front, and if they don't give him too hard a time, Jamie will hustle him out of there. If they leave him alone in front, he's been a class horse. He's been up the ladder a lot higher, and he could just keep rolling.
Totally agree. That's a tough race. Going onwards, another good race, 75 claiming mares. We got some that have dropped down in class in here. You've got Outlaw Popcorn, Burnt Popcorn racing very good. 3 in a row, which doesn't usually happen, was claimed. I'm going back to Take On Du Bois. She was nominated for Claimer of the Year last year. She's got quite a few wins, quite a bit of money. She's dropping back to where she likes this group.
I agree 100%. She was my pick. I think she'll just like this group a little better than the 10s. They're pretty salty up there. And she always comes to play. She just maybe was a little overmatched last couple starts.
Seventh race, another very good race. You've got Crackle and Burn. Again, we talked about 3-year-olds getting ready for stake races the following week. Crackle and Burn been a bit of a disappointment lately. He's in over his head a little bit against, as far as racing against aged horses. I'm going to go with a mystery to me. Rod Terrace is in town. I think bringing some 2-year-olds to leave us to race in the stake race is coming up in another couple of weeks. A mystery to me. I'm not confident on him, but he can either be first or worst.
Yes, I agree, and I agree with what you said about Crackle and Burn, but I think off his last start they were a little over-aggressive in that race. I expect him to be coming with some cover and finishing strong. I'm going to say he gets there. He might not against the older horses, but he'll be my pick.
And then we go on to the 8th race. So here's another good race. These condition claimers, nobody can dominate these races too much right now. We've got horses that have won at lower levels and moving up, of which one of them is a horse that you're associated with, the 9-horse Sure Burns Blue. He is moving up in class. A little tougher competition in here. Got the 9-hole. Can he figure it out from the 9-hole, Fred?
It's going to be tough. I think Singa Savannah Jackson fits in here real well. But Blue has been really consistent. If he's ever ready for the move up, it's now. And I think he'll acquit himself pretty good in here.
Singa Savannah, I totally agree. Now, what happens there? You got a horse in 154 and 4 that the Dream horse, I Can Dream. We just talked about that race. How does that happen, Fred? The horse just switches barns, and then sometime again it's a new trainer, something different, new attitude. The horse is in a 1-horse stable now, probably getting lots of attention. Annihilated this group, but it's nice to see when the small stable can do.
It's what horse racing is built on, the claiming part of it, Jackson, is people watching, spotting a horse that they think they can help for various different reasons. Equipment changes, feed programs, training regimen, and if it works, because sometimes it doesn't, but when it works, you can see a horse go out and just blow the carbon out and away they go.
And that's a good point there, too, because we're only talking about the ones that seem to switch barns and race good. There's lots that switch barns and don't race good. They didn't like the new change or whatever. 9th race, Fred, we got the old knee knockers, 4,000 claimer, non-winners group. These are the ones that come to play every week. They're underachievers right now. Doesn't mean they were underachievers all their life. I'm going to go with Chief Saratoga. Mike Hennessy got along with this horse in a lot higher classes than this. Why can't he go wire to wire? Big driver change. Big class change.
I'm going with Why Not Mystic Ruler. Molly Murphy, 2 starts as a trainer. She got a 2nd. I think she can get her maiden victory out here with this horse. Paul Davies, a good young driver, and he'll have him close to the pace.
So I guess that's why you don't like Chief Saratoga.
You got it.
All righty, there it does it for Canada Day. Happy Canada Day. Happy birthday, Canada. It's a great country. Let's all have fun.
Happy birthday, everyone.
Thank you so much, Jackson and Fred. Happy Canada Day to everybody. This has been Trackside Tips. My name is Storm Dafoe. Post time is at 1:15 p.m. on Monday, Canada Day, and we will see you at the races.